The Minecraft 1.9 update received major backlash from the community. They changed the combat, the simple system of clicking your opponent to deal damage. Click on him a bunch of times to deal a bunch of damage until you brutally murder him. They took away this perfectly simple idea and ruined everything. Or did they? To answer that, we need to first consider a few things. What should make you successful at a game? Ideally, the things you have to be good at in order to succeed should be fun. I mean, that's the purpose of the game. The more you get into a game, the more you'll only do the things required to win the game. And if these things aren't fun, the game isn't. It practically doesn't matter if some part of it could be fun, if using it puts you at a disadvantage. So the fun things should be effective. I think you can see what I'm getting at here. Spam clicking. The art of absolutely obliterating your mouse in order to get the most clicks per second. Yup, that's the holy grail of Minecraft PvP. It's not good movements, doing crazy jumps, building stuff, which is by the way the purpose of being a voxel game. No, it's hitting the left mouse button on your mouse really fast while still maintaining control over its movement. This is a problem. I don't want to learn some weird CPS techniques in order to have fun at the game, because I absolutely get destroyed if I don't, no matter how good my other skills are. And again, I shouldn't have to do that. A game shouldn't be focused on an idea so stupid, disregarding all its other aspects. Mojang's solution? The introduction of cooldowns. Each weapon has a unique time that you have to wait after using it before you can use it again. Using it before the timer runs out penalizes you with dealing next to no damage. That way spam clicking won't get you anywhere. But what if I told you that Minecraft had combat cooldowns from the start? You heard me right. You have to wait after attacking someone until you can swing your sword again. That means there's a finite amount of damage that can be dealt in a second, no matter your click rate. So why didn't the system work and spam clicking still makes you good at Minecraft? Well, before 1.9, hitting the left mouse button while the cooldown is active does nothing. You can deal damage as soon as the sword has returned to its neutral position. That means if you don't click as soon as your sword is ready again, you lose precious time, and that means precious damage per second. Apart from the sword's position in your hand, which is not always entirely accurate, you have no indication of whether the cooldown is still going. Your best bet is always to click as often as possible to hit your target as soon as you are able to. So the cooldown system really did nothing because you needed to minimize that extra time between your cooldown and the mouse click. But there's another problem. You have an attack radius. Anything further away can't be reached or damaged until you get closer to it. Each player has the same attack radius, so if two players approach each other at ground level, they can attack each other as soon as they enter each other's radius. Here's where the problems begin. Your punches deal knockback. So here's an example. Player A approaches player B. Player A clicks as soon as he enters the radius of player B. He knocks him back a bit so that the reach of player B is not long enough anymore to hit player A. Player B just clicks a fraction of a second later, but does no damage at all because he was knocked away. That means the player who clicks first receives no damage, which in turn means that you have to be the first one to hit the other, and you increase that chance by clicking as fast as possible. There was too much focus on ridiculously useless and perhaps more importantly boring skills in the game. And that's not all. Most of the time the game wasn't even based around skill at all. Let's go back to the example with the combat reach. The first player to left click after they entered the other player's radius gets the hit, the other one gets nothing. Doesn't something seem weird? The first one? Let's say the server is in New York. Player A lives in Brooklyn and player B lives in Germany. Player B hits the mouse button first, so he should get the hit. Player A left clicks a fraction of a second later, so he should lose the hit and get knocked back. But that's actually not the case. Because the signal from player B has to travel a longer distance to the server, player A's signal is actually the first one to arrive. The server now thinks player A has clicked first even though he hasn't, so player A lands the hit even though he was objectively worse at hammering his mouse like a crazy person. Every game is slightly dependent on your server connection, but in Minecraft ping is everything. 1.9 and beyond aim to fix that by increasing the cooldown, adding a progress bar and penalizing you for clicking before the weapon is ready. The penalty is the only way of preventing people from spam clicking. Now, why do people dislike this? Reason 1, change bad, we need to go back to the Stone Age. Reason 2, it's unintuitive. In the heat of the battle, repeatedly beating your opponent looks like the right way to go. Discouraging that behavior goes against what people expect and think. Despite these things, I still think it was the right thing to do, and we should credit the developers instead of saying they're stupid and just grow to accept that fact. Actually, disliking the combat makes the problem way worse. Because everyone was quick to throw the new combat into the trash can, servers started implementing modifications to make modern versions of Minecraft behave like 1.8 and prior. Apart from SMP servers, there are no exceptions to this. Everyone does it. This comes with its own unique set of problems. Because it's a third-party modification to the game, it is technically inferior to anything natively in the game. Having the server permanently do custom stuff to the client makes the problems I mentioned before much worse. So please, Minecraft servers, 1.8 is not coming back, please stop, and you should know better.